Hi, so I'm going to talk about the civic engagement that I did. I did it on going to a board meeting. I currently work at a school through the YMCA. I do a before and after school program. I don't really have much to do with what goes on within the school district, but I just do work for them. We have kids in the morning before school, we have kids in the afternoon after school, and we just kind of like are a daycare for them. So I do see a lot of what goes on in the school that I work at. I attended a board meeting because it was one of the only things that I could really find in the town that I live in that kind of fell in the lines of what they were looking for. Um, it was just the basics. So they said the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning. They went over a lot of the school things. A few of the things I had wrote down here. Um, they talked about student trips for 2027 and 2028. 2027, they're going to Peru, 2028 to Iceland. They talked about 2026 Showtime tour. Showtime is like a big musical type play that they put on in Freeport here where I live. It's actually a really good show all the time. They do different like performances and then they travel to different places and put on performances at different schools and different like theaters and stuff like that. So it's really popular. So they talked about that, and then also the budget that's included in like their costumes and stuff like that for each performance. They talked about the National Journalism Conference and the approval for that. They also talked about things like payroll summary and school activities that had happened. In each one of the schools. So there's a total of, I believe, four or five elementaries, uh, junior high, and then a high school. Then we also have what's called the RAP program, and then the alternative school. And then there's another school. It's like the Ombudsman School, or I believe it's called. Those are all for like kids that have been removed from actual public schools and for whatever reasons, and they talked about all of that as well. Um, there weren't really any other public members present other than myself and two or three other ladies that they say are there like on regular basis at every school board meeting. I think just to kind of be the voice for the public if it shall come apart where they need to talk about it. Um, Other than that, it was really pretty much boring because they didn't really talk about anything that really needed to be talked about. I don't think they talked about the basics, but they didn't really speak of any things that really needed to be fixed within the community for schooling. Such as, in my eyes, they should have spoke about the new borders that they put up. We have certain borders for each elementary school, and with doing that, they picked new border lines, which took kids that had attended certain schools from, let's say, kindergarten all the way up till third grade. And for their fourth grade level, they pretty much switched them schools. So they had to start over again with new teachers, new friends, new school, new rules, new elements, getting to know everybody, getting the feel for it. And in my eyes, that just wasn't a good idea because a lot of the kids that I see go through our program deal with mental issues and, switching psychiatrists or switching counselors and switching teachers and switching aides and stuff like that. It can really affect the children that need that type of stuff. So, when the parents have got such close relations with the teachers and stuff, it kind of just puts them in a bad situation. So, in my eyes, it was boring. It really wasn't effective. It didn't really teach me much about anything that was going on or anything like that. But I did attend it like I was supposed to. Probably would never attend another one.